Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the 505 podcast. What's going on over here?
Hey, you also have a hair. Hold on, restart.
We're going to restart.
Chase, you have a hair. Yeah,
Okay, ready?
See it, but...
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the 505 podcast.
Chase, you gotta fucking figure it out.
Make an adjustment.
Dude, I don't know what it's doing.
Gotta
It
make
happened
an
to me last
This has
adjustment.
never happened. You know
You're
this has
kidding.
never happened.
Actually.
All right, let's try again.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the 505 podcast. Third time's a charm, huh? Now, there are multiple ways to start a podcast, but come here, you have a little something right here.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
would
There you
someone ever do something like that? You tell me.
Well, because I had something, I deserved it, man. Let's talk about our takes really quick.
Yeah, give it to me.
Okay.
If you're listening to the podcast, I just gave Chase a light, gentle tap in the face. You know, like a famous celebrity happened to do on live TV to Chris Rock.
Right, that was insane. I'm watching the Oscars. So I drop off Lena at the Oscars and take her pics. You know, first of all, nailed the pics.
You did.
That's a big assignment.
Yeah,
that is a big assignment.
Huge assignment for the boyfriend.
Because I had about a minute to take the picture. Not even, probably
you
30
had
seconds.
something in your hand too.
And I was holding the thing and I was trying to get it with a hand without the prop. Here's the thing, I actually missed the glamour shot without the prop. And she was like, "Do you have one of my full dress?" And I was like, "Oh, baby, of course I do." And you know I'm good at Photoshop, dude. So I Photoshopped really quick. She never did know a thing.
No.
Because I was like, fuck, I totally forgot to just get like a picture of her without, because I had the thing in all of them because I thought it looked cool. And I was like, fuck, I forgot about like the dress, because girls like to see like the whole outfit. I don't think about shit like that. So, but I had another one.
You gotta always ask, do you want waist up or do you want the full fit? You want the shoes in it?
But
so
I photoshopped the fuck out of it, dude. Oh, thank God.
Did a little content aware.
No, you know I'm nastier than that, dog. But it's like a very textured dress, so it kind of made it easier for me. But anyways, drop her off, and then I'm watching it alone. Fucking all of a sudden, my TV just like stops, it freeze frames. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? It's silent. I text Lena, and I already had a text from her. I hadn't had text from her at all because she was fucking watching the Oscars live, and she just says, "Oh my God." And I said, like, what just happened? And she said, Will Smith just like hit the fuck out of him. And I was like, oh, I guess scripted thing, because you can like kind of see it. She was like, that was not scripted. I mean, because her production company produced King Richard. Like, they've worked with Will Smith for the last like 3 months very closely. And so like that's like their whole award. It was like what he was about to win. And then they were like freaking out because we're like, we didn't plan this to happen. But okay, here's my thing. I was in a meeting earlier today with a lot of, I mean, they might listen to this, but a lot of people that I feel like a lot of like older white people, right?
Okay.
And they all are just like, it's disgusting what Will Smith did. I can't believe he would do something like that.
Okay.
I don't feel like, even as a white guy, that I really can have a take on this, because I've talked to my friend Kevin, who works at Spring Hill Company, the bronze production company, works with a lot of black people. And he was like, I've talked to my coworkers and they're a lot more pro Will Smith than a lot of my white friends. I was like, oh, that's really interesting.
Okay.
He said, like, in the black community, alopecia is not something you joke about. And Chris Rock definitely, people say like he didn't know. Yes, he fucking did, dude. They probably had to run those jokes by legal, you know, like it's the Oscars.
Yeah.
He definitely knew. And it's a bold move. And also, it's just fucking awesome that it happened, because it was sick. It was what a moment.
Live
in pop
TV
culture.
is just not that sick.
It never, nothing ever happens like that. And thank God it did, because it was awesome.
I don't think it has anything to do with race. Or at least I originally didn't think.
Me too. That's why I was surprised by that.
This is what I think. I don't think that the joke that Chris Rock made was like the sole reason Will Smith went up there. It was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Totally.
I think that I've heard, I think it was one of you guys.
we talked about this.
I think Chris Rock used to
date
or hook up with Jada. I don't know if it ended well. And then I know that Chris Rock has made a lot of fun, has poked a lot of jokes at Jada.
In 2016, he made a big joke about her too. And I think that Will's just sick of it, dude.
Will just doesn't
Get my wife's name out your fucking mouth, dude. I thought
he said it twice.
When we saw it, when Brady and I saw it, we were like, ow, we were pumped.
I was like,
we were like pro Will. We were high fiving and shit, because I don't know, and I still respect it. To be honest.
Yeah.
A lot of people think violence isn't the answer, and it's not.
Okay, but this is my whole thing, right? This is my whole thing. You slap Chris Rock, which was beast, but you can't go up and then say peace, love, and happiness. Like, come on.
Well, so
come on.
Here's what I'll say. I thought the speech
The speech was all over the place.
The speech was all over the place, but I also thought it was good.
The speech was like left, right, left.
Because
I thought it was good. It was articulate, but I mean, dude, he went like 76 different. He would like go on a rant left and then be like, "Thank you, Venus. Thank you, Serena," and then go on, "King Richard, you were the fucking goat."
You know what I think it was? I think because he's won the award for all like the previous award shows, like the minor award shows, right? Yep. He's given a really good speech. He was giving a really good speech this whole season, and then you could tell he was like thinking about what just happened and how emotional he is. And he's trying to tell that. And then I think he would like kind of phase back into like what he knows he has for the speech, like written. Like he like thanked like Lena's like laws, like Tim and Trevor and like so the Venus, like there's Venus and Serena. Yeah. And but then I thought it was kind of masterful how he like brought it all back to his character. Like in the movie, and it's like kind of bold, but also I think he's just a complicated guy. And I think that his relationship with Jada is really complicated.
Yeah, definitely. We only know half a percentage of what actually goes on.
Right. God, it was so bold. I understand him yelling. Yelling makes a lot of sense.
100%.
Like what I just yelled, which is awesome. Slapping him's bold.
I know.
That is a big move.
I know, especially because I feel like at the Oscars, it's this like just eloquent event, and you're gonna win the award.
Right.
See
everybody knew he was gonna
exactly.
win.
This is what I would have done. I wouldn't have ripped the slap. I would have probably said, "Get your wife's after name out of your mouth," whatever. Respect. That's a big dog move, and then people are like, "Oh shit, he's not messing around." And then when I go up on the stage, I'd be like, "Yo, Chris Rock, shut up, okay? Shut up. I won the award." That's how I think it gets taken in better, dude. Regardless, it was beast. I mean, it was a crazy move.
I just think there was a crazy move. I think there were so many emotions involved in that night for Will Smith. Like he's waited his entire career to win this award.
Right.
And then this happens and there's definitely some beef between the two of them. And I think he was just like, I bet you I would love to ask him if he like actually remembers slapping him. Cause I almost feel like that's a moment where you're like, I blacked out. I just like, emotions. I saw red. Yeah, I went up and slapped him.
Yep, that could honestly be. Yeah. And I'm really excited to see. I'm kind of just waiting to put like I was in this meeting. People were like, "I am Team Rock. I am Team Will." And well, no one said I'm Team Will. I kind of did, and I'm just like, let's not do that yet. I feel like there's a lot of information that we're going to get in like a week where they're like, I did this, or maybe fucking it was all a conspiracy and it was fake anyways. I doubt it.
I don't think
there's still like a tiny kernel in me that thinks it could be. Man. But what a crazy thing to happen.
I don't think Chris Rock definitely wasn't expecting it. He didn't. No. He just stood there and was like, "Oh shit."
Well, and you could tell he says like, "Oh, Richard." Like I think he thought Will was like doing like a bit about his character in the movie. He's like, "Oh, Richard," and then he just fucking. I like how when he's walking, and then he stops, and you're like, "Oh shit!" You know what I mean? He stops and he cocks it, and you're like, "Oh, this is real."
Will Smith's a big dude. That must.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's like 6'3", bro.
He ate that slap.
I don't think he would have done it if The Rock was up there presenting.
Tears would have just flew into my eyes if I got slapped in the face at the Oscars, dude. It would have been hard to hold it back. Do you know in the face when you hit like that and your tears just pop in your eyes? I feel like that. I thought
Chris Rock handled it pretty damn well.
He
held it together. He was like, I just got slapped the shit out of by Will Smith.
Right.
Anyways.
Right. I think Chris Rock nailed it. And I thought,
which is hard. Like, dude,
he did so good. He recovered. He like didn't go in after. Like you could. It's Chris Rock. I'm sure he could have made another joke at him.
Oh, he had. He could have gone in. Just loaded.
Do we think his next stand-up special is gonna?
He might. He's got to mention it, dude.
Yeah, dude.
What if he just puts out like a 10-minute, just like a Netflix special just about that incident?
Oh, dude, it's insane.
Crazy.
But like, I don't know. I'm not ready to pick a side. I don't know if I need to pick a side. I just feel like I'm just glad it happened.
I just think it's a crazy,
it was awesome.
Crazy moment in pop culture.
Yeah.
Speaking of crazy, you've literally been just to like 97 different cities in the past.
Wild little mini tour.
Yeah, you just got bored and were like, I'm just going to leave.
Well, I didn't get bored.
This pod is getting hard to fucking produce.
Dude, you guys have no idea. I'm really sorry about the really late upload on this last episode. Had just a lot of stuff to get done before I left. I flew out Wednesday night on a red eye, went to Canada for the first time, got to see the absolute beautiful London, Ontario. Let me tell you, it's a spectacle.
Vibe. Did you get Tim Hortons?
I did.
Did you get Timmy Bits? Coffee? What'd you get?
I just got an everything bagel with cream cheese and a coffee, and I learned it's not really what you're supposed to get there. I guess there's like special things to get there.
Timbits, jelly fields.
It's super subpar coffee. I'm really sorry for anybody there.
Coffee's shit. So
yeah, Brayden just hates all coffee. Thank God.
So. But I had to hit it. Had to go. Red eyes, not my thing. red eyes and coach, definitely not my thing.
Sleeping on planes, also not your thing.
Yeah, right. Sleeping on planes in general, but 2 sold out shows in London at their college town where they met. It was really fucking cool to see that. It's like their whole family came. The energy from the crowd was nuts.
Were they close to the crowd on this one?
Yeah, so you could definitely feel the crowd's energy. They also sent me out into the crowd to get some like iPhone footage, and when some of these songs dropped, like floor was shaking, crazy. People were going nuts.
You love to see it.
You do love to see it.
It was a ton of fun. Got little sleep. For example, Friday night show finishes at like 2, I want to say. We're hanging out in the green room for like an hour after the show. Then we go back and like we're hanging out in the hotel room. Lobby calls at 5. So we have to drive 2 hours to the airport. Then we get onto a plane, fly to Dallas Saturday, get off the plane, go straight to a show at SMU, do the show, get right back on or in the car, go back to the airport, which was such a trip. I've never had it where like you have a layover where like you have a flight, you stay in the airport and then you get back on another flight. It was, hey, we're flying, going through customs from Canada, going to Dallas, getting out of the airport, going to do a show, going right back to the airport.
You're not like stopping at the hotel.
No, nothing.
You didn't even unpack.
Exactly. Actually, no. I took like a 30-minute snooze, which was literally my whole rest for that night. You become so like delusionally tired that you have to convince yourself that like you're fine. Right. And at one point, like you're so tired that you're like, I am kind of fine. Like it's just what it is.
Does it get fun? You know what? Like in like middle school when you have a sleepover and it's like 2 a.m. and all of a sudden everything's really funny because you're so tired. Does it get like that at all?
Yeah. Me and the tour manager were joking around. He gets even less sleep than I do because like when I go take the nap at the hotel, he's going to do sound check.
Right.
And so he's like, yeah, drink a Red Bull, a little nap in a can. We're all good. You know, like a monster.
Jeez.
But it was crazy. And then went from Dallas, another like 3.5 hours to Philadelphia, then an hour drive to Atlantic City. Like literally don't have time to shower. I literally changed clothes, put on some deodorant, went down, performing from 1 to 3 a.m.
It's too late.
Was like up
That's
again,
insane.
like hanging out till 4. Lobby calls at 7. Then we fly to Vegas. Get into Vegas, don't have time to nap, drink a coffee, go to Vegas, day show at Wet Republic, 1 to 3, hang out, and then we ordered like $300 worth of room service and just grubbed, and then I went out.
You went out.
I did go out.
That's on you though.
Yeah,
that is on me.
You.
But I was talking to Andrew, and he said it's called WTD. What's the difference at that point?
Yeah, you're right. You're already so far in sleep
fair.
dead. It's like, what is the point? Yeah. Was it fun? Where'd you go out?
I went to the Bellagio, I believe.
Sure.
I met some girls in the crowd at the show.
So you thought you'd hang out with them?
Yeah, I thought I was gonna. Yeah, well, I did hang out with them.
Yeah.
And then we parted ways at the end of the night.
Sure.
Yeah.
I get it. Make that grilled cheese go to bed, baby.
Yeah. So anyways, it was a pretty crazy weekend. And speaking of crazy weekends and like shooting really cool stuff, like DJs, we get a lot of DMs from you guys, younger kids, being like, how do I do what you do? I think a lot of people who tune in, listen to us and see what we're shooting. I shoot for DJs. Figgy shoots for LeBron and the Lakers. And Chase shoots some really cool stuff with Genesis. And we've kind of like established ourselves with like our careers and doing cool shit. But a lot of you guys have questions and want advice on like how to do what we do. And also like if you're not from LA and want to move out here, like how to do that. So we kind of wanted to give you guys some advice. Also the guests that we've been having on, a common theme from them is like not being from LA, you know, grinding as a creator and then eventually ending up out here in LA doing what they do. So we kind of wanted to talk about that.
Did you have any bread saved when you moved across the country?
So I did I'd done like one big freelance thing that paid me like $13K exactly. I remember that. Because I remember this company that I was kind of shooting for a little bit. I had an internship with them, actually. It was how I got connected with them. And then I was like editing some stuff for them after the internship in college. And then they were like, an ad agency came up to us for like a brand ethos video. It's going to be 50 grand. And I said, I'll do it for 15. And they said, cool. So then I remember senior year, I was just grinding on this thing, just skipping class. I was like, fuck class, doesn't matter anymore. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't got time for that shit.
I do the same.
Yeah. I was like, fuck class. And I did that. And then I still stayed at home for like 3 months, just kind of like figuring it out. You know what I mean? And then,
Smart.
Yeah. And then I had some money. So I had enough money. And then I got here and then I just didn't have any any income for like a little bit. And then I shot Dreamforce, actually, I think with Costas, which is great. And then I was like, oh, I have money. I remember when that check hit, I remember thinking like, I'm not broke again. That's awesome.
Let's go.
And then it kind of worked out from there.
What's crazy is you made $15,000 from one gig. Mm-hmm. I still have never made $15,000 myself from one gig.
Yeah, that was a lucky one.
It's interesting though, because you have so many people that DM us that are either just starting out, that are in a random place, random part of the country, that are like, I think the move, dude, is to save up bread at your parents' crib or move in with roommates if you don't have that luxury, because I know that's a luxury, and then save as much money as you possibly can and getting to like a B-list city first. And trying to get stake in a B-list city.
That's like close.
Yeah, that's close to where you live. Because if you just come out, this is the thing, like I get sent work every day. Every day someone DMs me videos or photos or whatever, asks for advice. And most of the time, they're not great.
Yeah.
They need work to be really competitive in LA or in New York, because these people, it's not fair. They have teams. Dude, they're guys like us. It's not fair.
Right.
You have like 10 years each of experience, and you have a bunch of gear.
Right.
You have, especially with you when you're going against teams, like one person versus a team is very hard to win that battle, you know? So I think getting very marketable skills while you're living at home, or while you're young, while you're in college, like building up After Effects, building up Premiere, design, like be someone that can provide value to anyone at any given time, whatever it may be. You're like, I can be that person for you. That's how you're going to get jobs. That's how you're going to make more money. And then you'll be able to make your next move.
Yeah. Like going off that, I feel like I broke in, basically, I was like doing some freelance stuff and it was like kind of working, but it was really stressful and I didn't like it at all. And then it's hard to know who to reach out for. So like my tip, at least, and this is how I did it, is that like ad agencies, they're just on the internet. You can just Google them and they have work for you if you can do it, right? And so I just like reached out to a couple of ad agencies. One responded, and they basically just needed an editor that day, right? They just needed they were like, we need someone to edit this right now. And if you know Premiere really well and you have like some taste and you like can maybe do After Effects too, you will be able to get work. No matter what city, because there's so like every place is getting like an in-house edit team, because like all these ad agencies, they shoot stuff now and then they edit it in-house because it's so much cheaper than going to a post-production company. If you can just learn Premiere and learn After Effects, I'm confident you can get a job wherever you need to get a job. And that's even if you don't want to be an editor. I still don't. Like I edited for like a year only, and it just was editing, and it kind of sucked because I really wanted to shoot stuff, and I kept saying, can I shoot stuff? And they just kept saying no, basically. And then I quit. But I like got money making videos for like a year. And I also just kind of broke in because then I like had stuff, I had experience with bigger shoots that I got to like kind of piggyback on. And also ever since then, every like major freelancing I've gotten has all been from people from that agency that then moved on to new agencies and are like, oh, the Chase guy was pretty good. Let's like hire him for this thing, for shooting and editing, which is great.
So your network is so important. That's really what I got out of that.
But it's so hard to have a network when you don't know anyone when you first move here. So I thought like agency where there's like 50 people, all of a sudden I had friends, all of a sudden I had like purpose of being fucking here. Because before I didn't really have any reason to be here. My freelance stuff was still like tied to Minnesota. I was like, I have like purpose to be here. I have fucking friends now, which is great. And I have like income, which really just like kind of put me in the right foot, or else I don't think I would have made it out, you know?
And if you have the income, being a freelancer, it's great in quotes, right? Because technically you have the freedom to kind of work whenever you want and have your own schedule, blah, 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 blah. But man, if you don't have like retainer clients, it can be really scary to move to a new city and be like, I don't know where my next check is coming from. So then that puts all this like pressure on you. Whereas if you go the route that you go and you get a job, you know, either you can get a job in the industry or not. You could work at a restaurant. You could do whatever it may be.
You need bread.
But I recommend what you did is you got a job doing, maybe it's not exactly what you wanted to be doing. You didn't love to be editing, but you were getting experience doing something in the industry. You were making connections, and you had the consistent bread to be like, okay, like I got my feet under me. Now I can spend less time worrying about like, can I afford this thing at, you know, Trader Joe's?
Right.
or, you know, Erewhon.
Right.
Not yet.
Not that time. It also allowed me to like buy a camera. That was
exactly.
Nice.
You gotta have enough bread because it allows you to get on top of the water instead of be like drowning in the water.
Totally. But let's do this. Let's say
something.
Let's start from like in chronological order, right?
Okay.
Say you grew up in a small town. Like,
can my name be Billy?
Your name's Billy, and you're like 15,000 or less people,
okay.
and there's no major brands there, right?
Okay.
And say you want to move to LA.
Okay.
Okay. So you're like,
what state do I live in?
You live in Oklahoma.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah. Don't make me name a city.
Okay.
Just kidding. Oklahoma City, right? But okay. So you want to move to LA? I would say some tips. Let's just go through some tips.
How old are we?
How old are we? Okay. Am I in college? Do I live at home? Or did I just graduate?
Let's start there. We just graduated college, right? I think it's a really good idea. You don't have to move right away. I think people fall into that fallacy where I just need to send it to LA. If you can live at home or live in just like a cheap, like Oklahoma City, cheaper than LA.
Definitely.
Way cheaper. Like, do that and make your website, make your reel. Be prepared, as prepared as you can be to move here before you come here, because then you're going to start having to spend LA money. And if you're not making LA money, it's going to suck. And so do everything that you can do remote before you come here. It's like make a website, make a reel, get those skills.
Email templates, emails, like all that
like
shit.
Everything, so you're just ready to fucking roll once you're here. And maybe get a nice camera because you can buy that anywhere.
Yep.
Also, like, if you have all that stuff lined up, I would even throw social media in there. Like, have your social media looking good. If someone asks you, like, hey, you know, what do you do? That's just a normal conversation that fucking adults have on a daily basis when you meet new people.
Right.
If you're networking, whatever. They're going to say, oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm a photographer. Oh, I'm a videographer. Oh, great. What kind of work do you do? Like, have an answer to that. And also, if you have your website lined up and your social media on point and your reel's good, you can show them and be like, this is what I do. This is what I'm capable of. Because if you don't have it lined up, you're like, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, but you don't have proof. They're going to be like, I don't know if you can.
I think it's so important that what you just said, because your Instagram isn't your portfolio, but the first thing someone's going to look at you and judge you on is your fucking Instagram.
Of the time.
Totally.
Is your Instagram, dude. If someone DMs you and is like, hey, can I work for you? And I look at their gram and it looks like shit, I'm not going to hire you.
Yeah. Right.
That's simple. It's a very simple thing. And it's the same thing with us, dude. If you send a DM to somebody, yo, like, I do this, I do X, Y, and Z, and they look at your Instagram, dude, it doesn't matter if you're like, oh, I've worked on all these Nike campaigns, whatever, and they looked at your Instagram and they're not like
visually pleasing.
Exactly. It's not about followers. Right. It is about the work that is on there, though. You know, it is about having high quality stuff and make it look like it's a real person. Make it look like you're a brand. You are no longer Chase Ellie, you are Chase Alexander, or you are not Braden Figueroa, you are B Figgy, you are Kostas G. You are a brand, a different entity than said person, and you are a business. You are a business.
Because when I was in that, in that interview at the time, I had a real cohesive grid, right? And because that was just the thing to do at the time. And I had a lot more time then, put a lot more time into Instagram. And I didn't know, because a lot of ad agencies are going social. A lot of ad agencies, especially in LA, are making stuff for social, because that's where most of that fucking marketing lives now. And
a huge percentage.
And I didn't know this at the time, but like months into it, we were Kona beer was a brand, and they kind of wanted me and this designer to like start taking over their Instagram. And the executive creative director said to me, he's like, part of the reason we hired you is because you had a cohesive Instagram, and we really like that. And he's like, because that meant that you understand Instagram, and that's what you're making stuff for. So like your Instagram's really, it is important, dude. And I remember like my friends from home were like giving me shit that I was trying so hard on the gram, which I get, you know, was I making too many blue steel faces at the camera? Yeah, for sure. But I also like edited in the same way. I put a lot of thought into the visual behind it. And if you have like an eye and you can prove that. But anyways, let's keep going. So you build up your reel, you worked on some marketable skills, like you learned Premiere and After Effects in and out. Now you're ready to like move to LA. What would you tell them? Like, find a roommate if you can, preferably creative ones, because that'll expand your network.
Yes, definitely. Okay. Upgrade your gear as much as you can. Like, you don't want to come out to a big city and be shooting on a pea shooter just because there's so much.
It's gonna be hard to compete.
Exactly. So,
and also save up some I'd say like 6 months money
100%
to live, or else you're just gonna be way too stressed out to like make anything good.
Regardless of how old you are, if you have the intent and the want to move out to a big city and to make it as like a creator out here, I would recommend against the fuck it, I'm packing up all my shit and next week I'm moving out and I'm going to figure it out. Have more of a plan and be like, you know what? I want to move out to LA or big city, New York, whatever it may be, in a year or 2 years. And in that 2 years, I have like a 1 to 2 year plan of like what the fuck I'm going to do.
Kind of a roadmap.
Exactly.
Yeah, totally.
So that's what I would say. I would say like get your shit together and you don't necessarily need to move out right away. Kind of get your stuff in line beforehand. But once you're ready to move out, I would say like network as much as you can in the DMs and, you know, try to meet like-minded individuals over the internet, whether it's on TikTok or Instagram, and be like, yo, I'm moving out to LA in 6 months. Like we should link, we should shoot, whatever it may be. I definitely recommend getting a part-time job or at least a full-time job, just have consistent bread. And then what else? Definitely try to get a roommate and preferably a roommate that's like a creative, because living with you guys has been awesome.
Right. And you like you can get like clients together and stuff, and you can like you have more gear now. Yeah. But yeah, from my experience, I would just from where I was, I would say move here, and you could even line up like an agency job beforehand, because then you can just be like, you can come in as like an assistant editor even if you're not that sick yet, and you can just start learning the ropes. And you start cutting teeth and you're making money. It's kind of nice because instead of like having to do a part-time, like you're doing a real-time job, a full-time job that's also teaching you the skills that you want to be learning to make the art that you want to make to get paid. You know what I mean?
Definitely. You got to hustle when you're out here. I mean, like I'm trying to think back when I was starting of all the random shit that I was doing like in college. I was doing sorority videos. So working full-time for the Ducks. I was doing barber videos. Right. Like, dude, anything I could think of that I could make $200+ making a goddamn video. I was like, yes, I'm there. Like, can you do this for $250? Yep, there.
Yeah, I remember. Dude, that's so funny.
Social video.
I distinctly remember I telling my roommates, I was like, guys, like, I don't make videos for less than $200 anymore. I remember saying that senior year college. Dude, I was 18. Let's go. And I was like, yeah, dude, if it's not $200, like, fuck it, I'm not coming. And now it's like, dude, fuck you, $2,000, piss off.
The first time I ever did a $400 video, I was like, I'm a millionaire. It's over.
Oh yeah, I'm buying fucking alcohol for everyone tonight.
Seriously. And I mean, it's crazy because there's so many ways to get creative if you are creative. You got you could do design for so many different things. You can do, if you're videography specifically, I'm going to speak on it because I did it. Like, you have weddings, if you have OnlyFans, if you literally had someone needs some OnlyFans content.
Don't we do what you need to do to make money with a camera?
Yeah,
just to get your foot in the door, you know. And speaking of, I got some great feet, dude. I'm really thinking about putting them out there.
Real estate.
So would you? Okay, if my feet pics are on OnlyFans, hit me in the DM. Would you buy some pics? Maybe me and Lana, we could like hold toes or something.
How good looking are your feet?
I got really nice feet, dude. I've always had nice feet.
Really?
A lot of times in videos, like even at like the first agency, we weren't SAG, so I could like be in stuff. If they needed a foot, dude, always my foot.
Are you getting pedicures or is it just all natural?
All natural, never got a pedicure.
Good for
all natural,
you, bro.
Never taken performance enhancing feet drugs, never.
You've never gotten a pedicure?
Never gotten a pedicure.
Oh, really?
I'll change your life.
No. Yeah, you should do that. Yeah.
Really?
It's nice. It's kind of ticklish though. I will say, going off of what you were saying, Braden, you're going to have to do any and everything to make money as a creative, right?
You have to cut your teeth.
Exactly. Don't be ashamed if at the beginning you're not shooting as cool of stuff as you want. Like, you got to play the long game. For example,
that's
for
such
me,
a good tip.
Like, realistically, guys, okay, I'm 26. I'm turning 27 in a few months. You guys got to understand that, like, yes, I was living in LA, but was living at my mom's house, literally could not afford to move out, was still really trying to figure it out. And I just feel like I started shooting cool stuff or stuff that I wanted to shoot 6 to 8 months ago. So like, everybody's timeline is different, and it's really hard to not get caught up if like you're moving out to a city in LA and there's social media, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it may be. Like, everybody looks like they're thriving and fucking crushing it when that's just not the act. Like, that's just not facts.
And everyone's got a different timeline, man. That's the thing, and that's why you don't have to move out of if you want to. You know, that's why you don't have to move out of like the town you grew up in when you're fucking 18, because you're just not ready, or 22 or whatever right after college. Like, just be ready and feel like you want to leave, because I think there is definitely something to leaving your hometown.
Totally.
Just to get perspective, and you can always come back. It doesn't have to be like LA. But, and also, like, if you love it and you just know, like, this is it for me, and you can make your bag, like, be happy, dude. You don't have to. But if you want to move out here, say, for example, which worked for us, like, you got to be ready to hustle, you know?
You can be a small fish. No, you can be a big fish in a small pond and make a shit ton of money making videos, have a great client list. So,
totally.
You know, I don't think that we're not telling you all to move to Los Angeles or to move to New York. We're simply just trying to give you perspective on what we would do if we were
yeah,
to.
right.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
if we did.
How often when you had your full-time job were you creating when you weren't working and doing stuff for that full-time job?
The first one? A lot. I would do a lot of like, I would go on like hikes and take photos. It was the first one I was getting into like film photography because this guy that's the other thing about agency is there's just a lot of creative people in there. This guy Brock was just really into film cameras. So he like told me which one to get, and I got really into like film stuff just from like learning stuff from him.
That's something we got to work on right now. I feel like we don't shoot enough. I mean, dude,
I was thinking
so
about this the other day.
We were talking about the birds, man. We don't get to fly those little birds, and the birds are so fun to fly.
I was getting so sad yesterday. I was driving, and I was trying to think about the last like actual video I made, like video, not as like a quick TikTok or whatever, but like a real video, God, like on YouTube.
Oh, don't do that to me. It's been so long.
I was like, dude, I used to make these like once a month, and I was so into them, and I loved them. And that's why I make videos for a living.
Favorite video to make right now? Go.
Just a fucking travel vlog. Put me in Asia or South America, dude.
I haven't made one of those in a minute.
Yeah, and it feels so good, dude.
So I will say though, the reason why I'm really craving that is because I've been traveling a lot, but it's been for work. Mm-hmm. So it's like I'm in these fucking cities, but like I'm not really exploring, and like the only place I'm really seeing is the venue that these fucking guys are playing at.
Totally.
So I really am due for a vacation, and I think we're gonna run it at Coachella, dude. I think we're gonna let loose a little bit.
We're gonna take photos and videos. What? That's the thing I've
just a vacation, just party, dude. I just need to let loose.
Yeah,
I gotta edit the Mystique. Oh my God, dude. I forgot about that.
And your boys are pissed about it.
They're definitely pissed about that video not being out. I'm gonna get on that, but that's a video that I need to work on that I feel like will make me really happy. But I haven't had time to do it.
That's our thing. This is kind of off topic, but once say you move out here and you get your full-time job, just remember to keep making stuff for yourself because you'll get fucking burnt out, dude. I got super burnt out at my first job. I remember I was editing this like Kyrie video, and I was like it was like 6. It was we would get there like 7 a.m. and it was like kind of fun because I was like with my homies and we like drink old fashions all day. But we'd edit till like midnight, dude. And I didn't like see anyone for like a week, and I was so burnt out after that. And I was just like, and then I remember I was like, I don't even know if I want to do this. And then I made my own video. I like went on a hike and I just like made like a little vlog type thing, drone footage, whatever. And I was like, that's why I do this. I love this. That's right. And then I kept going. Important to remember that.
If you do get out here, like I'm going to emphasize the plan so hard because I do it in my journal or have it on my whiteboard. Like any video that I do for the Lakers or for myself makes it into a book or onto a whiteboard. And any plan that I have that I need to go after is detailed out with actionable steps. So you actually hit the goal, because if you just write the big goal, you get lost in the sauce of trying to go after it. And if you put like, okay, I want to move to LA. Okay, need 20,000 saved up or need 10,000 saved up. Need to have a retainer client that's $1,000 a month for rent or whatever. You have to have actionable steps and a process for. I'm such a huge process guy.
Right.
Process is my whole thing. It's like my bread and butter. I tell people that, and I like stand and live by it because every single person that's really, really good at what they do has a very strict process for how they do it.
Totally.
And it's so important to like get yourself in a habit of trying to find out what works for you, whether it be a journal or your phone notes or like whatever, a whiteboard or someone to talk to, your girlfriend, whatever. It's got to be something though that you can replicate. Yep. I think that's a good process. Something you can replicate that works. And you're like, okay, this is my creative process or whatever. And dude, that's what people pay. People pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to people to make millions of dollars. Let's go millions of dollars to people to make videos strictly because of the process. Is that
totally. Yeah.
The best directors in the world literally show up with their crew and they're like, we've been here before.
This is how we make good movies.
Exactly. We have a process to do it. That's what literally separates. It's all that I've been filming. I've been filming course videos for not filming them. I've been writing them out for the past like 6 months. And like the thing that I just keep driving into my head while I'm looking at these slides is like, it's a process there. And that's how you can replicate great stuff. Yeah. If you have a way like, okay, I know how to, for example, like if it's a basketball video, I know how to do a fucking basketball video blindfolded. I can do it blindfolded. Right. Give me the audio, give me some clips. I can do a basketball video. And I'm assuming you can do the same with cars. You can do the same with.
We should put you to the test.
For sure.
I could do it. I have the hotkeys so down.
Yeah. Dude, that'd be so sick. If you could just hear it, you could like figure out the timing of the clips. We should honestly almost do this.
Dude, it's really funny. When Chloe was here, we did this thing where we like had her iPad and her Apple Pencil, and we were like, okay, we're gonna try to draw each other, but like only looking at the person. You can't look down at the pencil, and you can't bring the pencil down. And we like drew the funniest looking faces. It was crazy.
Oh, I couldn't do it. Dude. But what I was going to say is, how do we then get, say, on this journey that we're taking him, right? Billy from Oklahoma City.
I really real quick because I know you're gonna switch things real quick. When I graduated college, I had no process. I also had a little bit of an ego being like, I'm Costas. everything in my life has worked out so far. It's just going to fucking work out. But I didn't really even have like a plan. I just like knew I wanted to like maybe kind of be a YouTuber, like was also doing kind of like DJ shit, but like was also like into shooting a camera, but like had no fucking plan really. I was just like, yeah, it's just gonna work out. And then I got a reality check. I was like, hey, that's just like not how shit works. Mm-hmm. You gotta have a plan. You gotta have like a destination you're trying to get to. Mm-hmm. And I bet I would have been a little bit farther ahead in my career had I had that plan. And then I guess a caveat to that is also like, you maybe don't always know what you want at, right when you graduate college.
Sure. Definitely. Yeah, which is why I think it's smart to like take some time and really figure it out before you spend all your money.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, okay, so then say you moved out here and say you got like an agency job or you like start working for like a team, maybe you're like an associate creator, right? And like a sports team or whatever, or you just get some freelance clients. Like, how do we go from there to like shooting like what you really want to be shooting? How do you get to like how do you go from pea shooter to Big Rock? You know?
I think you need to make videos that align with what you want to get paid for, because no one's ever going to pay you to make something if they can't envision themselves in said thing, unless you're just fucking Costas Garcia and you just are a beast
and just throw out some TikTok.
Yeah, exactly.
You think I've just never shot a concert and then, hey, you want to shoot biggest festival?
Right. But
it's rare. That's like 1 in a million.
I think you have to have the work that you want to make on your reel and get it by any way you can, by just shooting a random thing that you paid money for or whatever, and then having the network to know people that'll pay you to do that. You know what I mean? I feel like that's how you get from just like, I'm just editing, but it pays the bills for now, to getting to like shooting things that you really want to be making. Definitely. Like, dude, tomorrow I'm going to shoot 10 puppies in the bed of a truck for a Hyundai. And that's going to be like the best thing ever. And I can't believe that that's what I get to do tomorrow. Awesome. But also, dude, bro, quick sidebar. All these puppies are from a shelter and they are up for adoption and they like want us to adopt. Now I'm thinking, if one of these dogs takes direction really well, do you know how hard it's going to be? If I'm like, puppy, like look left, I'm going to push in, and that puppy nails it.
If you get a fucking dog that sheds and it comes to this apartment, I'm going to freak out.
I'm not going to get a dog. Don't worry. Right. I'm just saying it's going to be real hard for me. It's going to be heartbreaking, bro, to spend a whole day with these dogs.
I'll tell you a quick story, guys. Adam, our good friend Adam, literally gets a goddamn dog. It's the
littlest rock.
The cutest little pup. It's a little rock. It's so freaking cute. Her name is Nala.
I was talking about Adam being the littlest rock.
She's a lab. Adam literally is outside the apartment, takes her on a little walk for like 25 minutes. She walks right upstairs, just pisses right on the floor.
And here's the thing. Adam goes, she's going to piss. She's going to piss in
And
here.
I'm like, dude, but we just walked her for 25 minutes.
He goes, but it's not going to smell. It's going to be fine. It's not going to smell. And we're like, can you just like, and he said this like 5 minutes before she peed. We were all just like, can you just take her out then?
Yeah,
like,
no.
He's like, no, she's going to pee in here for sure. I think she's just used to peeing in a house.
No, I think he has her on command to like pee in the house, which is just unbelievable. Please don't bring home a dog. But I hope you have a lot of fun, and I hope you use our new Laowa 9mm lens to good use.
I will.
Oh, it's a 9mm?
9mm.
Or is it 8?
9.
And
it's going to be sick because I'm going to get like the dog POV in the truck, like running around like with the Ronin upside down. Oh, it's going to be so cute. Isn't that going to be cute?
Little puppers. And they're going to be like, look like they're in a music video.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome.
I'm stoked. But yeah, I also would say that, and I feel like we've all kind of experienced this year specifically, more actually like the last 6 months, where I feel like this shit, once you kind of get in the flow, it's almost like exponential growth. And I don't feel like we're like on the fucking top of the parallel. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like we're the fucking guys. We're not. But I say like it's slow.
You're not that guy, pal.
It's slow at first, for sure. And then you can feel it pick up. And then once it kind of picks up, it starts to pick up a lot more.
You're so right.
And I feel like we're like here maybe. And I feel like a lot of people are up here, and I would love to get there one day. And hopefully we all can. But
I think you're so right, dude.
But it feels like it really ramps up, dude.
I also think going off of that, like the reason why we urge you guys to really hone in on your skills before you move out here to a big city or whatever is like inevitably you're gonna get an opportunity. It's gonna happen.
Right. It will.
You take enough at bats, like you're gonna get an opportunity, right? So like you gotta be prepared to take advantage of that opportunity. And we've talked about it before on this podcast. It's like you get an at bat, like you gotta get on base.
Gotta hit single.
Maybe don't move out here prematurely, or like just like work as hard as you can to get as good as you can, because like an opportunity will arise. You'll meet someone out, wherever.
Right.
Like you going out. That's like another tip is, go out, don't party too much, or you can if you want to. Go fuck, enjoy your life, do your thing. But there is like a little bit of a skill to like going out and meeting new people, and like especially if you move out to a big city, you're gonna be super stimulated because there's like a lot to fucking do.
Right.
And by all means, like go enjoy yourself, but kind of like be strategic about it and just like don't go out with just like the sole purpose of just like I'm just gonna like party and like I'm in LA, whatever, go crazy. It's like, hey, if like you're gonna go out, like try to network a little bit, and because you really never know who you're gonna meet.
Yeah, dude. Literally at a club on my birthday, we're like, I'm standing in the bathroom, take a piss. Cole Bennett's to my right. I'm like, this is just actually ridiculous.
Right. And that's the crazy thing about LA is like you really never know who you're gonna meet out.
You never know, dude. It's so. I remember like the first night I went out in LA, Kostas and Josh were DJing Shore Bar, and like Matt Como was there, who I loved on YouTube, dude. I love Matt Como. And I was like, holy shit. And I shook his hand. I was like, what's up, Matt? I'm Chasen. Dude, it's so good to meet you. Like, you're partying as a mood out here. Now I see Matt Como every week, dude. Not on purpose. He's just around, dude.
And he was like, man, Chase, your grid is so cohesive.
Yeah, dude, he loved it. And
do you want a job?
But then, dude, I remember dude, actually, this was actually meant a lot to me. I think I like post something like just like a picture or whatever. I was like pretty douchey at the time, maybe like shirtless pic, you know, even though I never had muscles. I just felt the need to post shirtless pics all the time. Beast. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I was
Chase was like, can you take a few photos of me shirtless? I was like, you sure, bro?
Like, dude, never once was I a ripped guy at all. I don't know why. I don't know. There's some bullshit.
We're trying to get ripped right now. We're getting ripped, dude. We're coming back,
dude.
Yeah, we're coming back.
You and me are coming back to play.
I'm coming. I'm not coming back. I'm just going there for the first time.
I'm checking out the spot.
But anyways, yeah, you know, hey, we all when we're younger, we do stuff that we think is cool that's not sick.
You're right.
Totally.
You know?
You're right.
And we just gotta take it and you gotta learn from it. And you get a lot of shit from your college friends still.
Yep,
it's fine.
still.
There's still a kid in our fantasy football league named Chase Utley Shirtless Pics, and that's great. And that's great, dude. And he won last year, so that's awesome. Fucking
it's
DK
good for
Metcalf
brand.
really slaughtered my team. But anyways,
it's good for brand.
It's good for brand. But Matt Como like commented on my pic and he was like, this looks great. And I was like, what? He didn't follow me, but it was still a nice little gesture. Anyways, yeah. Moving out here, you're going to meet people and you're going to get an opportunity and you just got to be ready. And so get ready beforehand.
Get ready so
when you're not paying rent.
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Oh, come on.
Nice,
little snap, crackle, pop. Ladies,
keep the Pelican case just fucking packed, you know?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the 505 podcast. If you're still here, please take a screenshot, lob it up on the story, and tag the boys, and we will see you guys all next Wednesday. Peace.
Peace.
Bye.